Mic check. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Okay. Okay. We have some ones. Okay. Thank you. Tina, mic check. Tina, can you hear me?
My check 1 2. You hear me? Because I hear you.
I can hear you. Great. Okay, let's go. Welcome to the Intentionally Random broadcast, where the topics are intentionally random and randomly intentional. Tonight, we're talking about images, not just pictures, not just social media, but the version of ourselves that we show the world versus who we really are when nobody's watching. So, what do we really look like beyond the filter of our smiles, handshakes, and good deeds? What does our heart really look like outside of these gestures? So, join us at
And
Tina
Tina
Mo
Mo for sure.
and at Anthony's Too Real as we discuss if we're living as the image we curated of the person that we really are. So come chill with two real ones, no filters, and let's step into the real. Y'all, can I get a one in the chat if you can still hear us? Hey, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, y'all. I'm so happy that y'all can hear. Y'all, cause StreamYard be like really going in on me sometimes. So thank y'all so much. How y'all doing this evening?
We got the wonderments going on in the chat.
I'm like, is it going in and out?
Somebody already look at Stash talking about some 6 7. No, they hear us. I see some ones in the chat. Sunshine said one. Black Love Permission said one. Uh, Danielle said one. Lala said 7. Here goes Stash talking about some 6 7. My goodness. Oh, instead of amaze balls, we got amazing balls by Lala. No. Well, we're
Tina,
so
can you
glad to.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, thank you. No, I'm making sure. I was gonna say it was popping. Okay, I was making sure. Great.
Feeling good, feeling great. How are you?
How you feeling today?
Um, I'm here. No, not no complaints.
Thank you.
I, I
Okay.
could complain, but I won't complain. It's one of those things that I used to hear the older people saying all the time. And now I get why they say that. There are so many things you could be griping about or complaining about, but instead, um,
So much more you can be thankful for.
not only just thankful, it's so much more to turn your attention towards. You know,
Mm.
because sometimes it's just about the attitude. And while I do understand having an attitude of gratitude, I also take into consideration what are you focusing on. What are you looking
Mm.
at? Because sometimes things aren't as bad as they seem. It's just that you've magnified the thing that instead of magnifying other circumstances.
Right? It's the view.
Mm-hmm.
It's the view.
Yes, indeed. But how you
Okay.
doing? Too real.
I feel okay. I feel okay. I'm ready to have, it be, I feel okay, y'all. I had a pretty good day.
We
I'm
were so
really
glad that
drinking
you
the
were willing to
flesh.
do that. So glad you were willing to do the introduction today. You did a wonderful job. We're so
Y'all.
glad.
You think so, Tina? Y'all is Tina approved.
Yes, yes, indeed. And so I'm just glad to be here. I really am. Glad that everybody came in tonight to hang out with us. Just want to acknowledge the people in the chat because I know how we could do sometimes. We've been went on, and the people been talking for 20 minutes, and we ain't said nothing to them.
At
Um,
all.
but Christy Love was in here earlier. I'm not sure if she's still here, but we still want to mention her name, being that she was the first one to come and comment. So we appreciate you for coming in, or if you're
Yes.
still here, greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. And who I know is in the place to be at this particular time is my cousin, my blood in my veins. So glad that you decided to hang out with us, the Black Love Permissionists. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans.
What's up, Chris?
And following in succession to cuz is my very own pastor, Danielle. Just Danielle 365 is in the building. So glad that you decided to hang out with us tonight. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to these here Chatmans. Lala, the high vibe coach today. Lala, we have so glad that you're here today. Whether it's some high vibes or you talking about nutrition, if you want us to drink our water, as you I love the way you say water.
Yeah,
Water.
it's so cute. Water.
Yes, water. Never said it like that. I always wonder where she's from when she says it like that. But anyway,
Yes.
but so glad that you decided to hang out with us. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. Whew. I'm still nervous. And I'm trying not to let it
Yeah.
do me any kind of
Out.
way. Oh, and here we have truly yours truly. My neck bone has entered into the building. Elevated Shield, so glad to see you. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to these here Chapmans. Neck
Never gonna get the
bone.
bell.
Bone of my neck, neck of my bone. Pay me no mind. Oh God. It's simply sunshine moments. We see you. Appreciate you for being here in the space. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the chat. I'm glad you decided to hang out with us tonight as well. Oh, Keisha, see you. So glad that you decided to hang out with us as well. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. Anytime you want to jump. Oh, Liz. It's so. It's such a blessing.
Is that
Liz,
Liz that was recently monetized?
that's not that Liz. That's a different
Okay.
Liz. I know Liz from BOK, her chat over there, which is their anniversary tonight. If they ever decide to listen a pair of seconds, just wanted to make sure that I wish them a happy anniversary.
Happy
Nevertheless,
anniversary.
yes, it's their anniversary. Ain't that something on Love Day?
Yes, happy anniversary. One of my friends' anniversary is today. They celebrated 10 years. So happy anniversary to them as well. I think that's
Mm,
super cool to get married on Valentine's Day.
mm. It must be nice to get married. Liz, I appreciate you for coming in. Hanging out with us tonight. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. Now, I don't want nobody to feel like I'm with the all humbug because I'm not married or nothing like that. It's just I've never been one to celebrate Valentine's Day. So this day
Hmm.
um it's not a bad day for me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I can't say that it's a bad day, nor is it anything where I'm like, hoo hoo, I couldn't wait for the day. It's just Saturday to me. Yeah, I feel
Okay.
more I have more enthusiasm about doing intentionally random than I do about the fact
Yes.
that the folks is passing out candy and hearts and gonna get into a little sin tonight. Those who, I mean, well, whatever, skip me. I mean, skip that part, scratch that from the record. I don't care what y'all do.
Do
Because I
you?
remember there was a time, I mean, I ain't gonna go into the times I had, but I had some times. Hello. Um
Well, I did me. Oh,
Stash Cash. So glad El Presidente. So glad that you decided to hang out with us for a pair of seconds because I know you be busy. You be getting in and getting gone. But while you're here, just want to acknowledge you. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to these here Chapman, sir. Who else do we have here tonight? Want to make sure that I acknowledge everyone that has entered into the chat tonight. Before we get started, Amen. What are you focusing on?
Mm.
Oh, my lamb chop. I don't know what she asked that for, and I'm scared. Oh, that was something I said earlier. Oh,
Hmm.
I'm over here sweating because I started from the beginning. I'm like, oh, she might be asking me a question I ain't ready to answer yet. Um,
Moving.
oh, Christy is here. She is here. She is back. She is in the building. Christy, I don't know if you heard me, but I wanted to make sure that I extended warm welcome to you. I don't remember seeing you in this space. Forgive me if you've been here before, but I just wanted to make sure that I greeted you. Greetings and salutations from the Intentionally Random
Hey,
podcast.
Christy.
Hey,
Hey.
and welcome to these here chatmans. Hope you get something out the content tonight. Because we're gonna be talking I don't speak that language, but we're glad you're here. Hopefully you're listening to something that could translate what I'm saying. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chatmans. And then just in case you don't know what the Chatmans are, welcome to this space that we're sharing today as you write into the chat, into the comment section. We're glad that you're here, even though I don't know what the heck you put in there. I mean, I'm sorry.
So
I don't
we
know
in
what you
here.
said, but we're glad
Have
that
a
you're here.
great show. Thank you for that.
I know, right? Precious is in the building, y'all. So glad to see you hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate that. And greetings and salutations and welcome to the Chatmans. Uh, oh, Nick. So glad that you decided to hang out with us. Oh, I see your comments saying we both look ancient. That is absolutely wonderful.
Yes, and
Uh,
we're blessed
a
with grace.
part of me wants to roast your ankles, but I will not. In
Right, because
fact,
I'm
I
about to
just
roast
want
your
to
forehead.
acknowledge you and welcome you into the space. You may hear something that you need to hear. Hopefully, you have not come in here with a lot of issues, circumstances that have you weighed and bogged down. Hopefully, you'll be able to laugh tonight. Hopefully, you'll be able to be enriched and you'll find this space to be a blessing. If not, if you're bored, you can leave. But I appreciate you for coming in and sharing a pair of seconds with us. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the chat.
And please make sure to like the video.
Mm-hmm. That baby said you look familiar from that museum. Did you invent fire already? That is funny.
I know I wanted to laugh, but I want them to be like, she childish. Cause
Well, we have to
y'all,
do
if it's funny, I will laugh at something about myself. I love that about me. Are you thinking about
mommy.
that?
Mm. Hi, I'm not here. By the way, I am not here. I don't know what that means. By the way, I can draw you, and I like himself. By the way, my name is Angel. Okay, greetings and salutations. I don't know if English is your first language, but what I could tell you is I appreciate you being in the space. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapman. Agree to Disagree podcast is in the building. Sir, so glad that you have decided to hang out with us tonight. It's a blessing as always. Anytime I see you in the space, greetings and salutations. Welcome to these here Chapmans.
Thanks for pulling up, guys.
I know, right? Ellen, I so see you. So glad that you're here. Love you in the bushes. Did something for Valentine's Day and it says don't let Valentine's Day bully you into thinking you're missing something. I know that's right, honey. Don't
Hmm.
let Valentine's Day bully you. Ha ha. God bless you, Nick. Look at that. The blessings pouring in for Nick. Bamba Rasta. What in the world? Shane. So glad that you're here with us. Uh Praise Jah. So glad that you decided to come into this space with us. Hopefully, you have Christ in your heart as you come into this particular sacred space. We appreciate your presence and hope that you are greeted with the best of greetings and salutations. Welcome to these here Chapmans.
Thank you for being here.
he could hear it from his seat in the timeout corner. See, that's what I like. That's the part that I love. You know, I love it so much.
Appreciate that, Pastor.
I know, right?
Thank you,
We got a
Pastor.
real one in the building. She not
A
playing
real
with
one.
y'all now. Hmm.
I'm like, what? Thank you, Pastor.
Crystal, so glad that you decided to hang out with us. We see you. Just want to acknowledge you. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to these here Chapmans. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. No, sorry, I can't spell very well. Well, that's okay. You know, I've had a time or two where I couldn't spell that well either, Amani. And there are times, and thank you. This the baby said I look beautiful. No, I guess you do too. Or one of us, somebody. We over here looking like somebody. She said I love your pictures. It's two pictures up here, four of them if you count the other two. But so glad that you're thank you for the compliment. Okay, we made it. I know I have very little patience for tomfoolery. Let me tell you something. And I'm glad that you have little patience because I'm trying to do better in 2026. That I don't find myself in the mix in 2026, picking up sticks and throwing bricks in 2026.
And thank
And
you
so
for
I'm trying to
setting
keep my little
example.
smart mouth to myself and don't set nobody out, and talk about their family members and things. And so
Thank
I'm
you,
trying my
Pastor.
best, to be on my best behavior. Lindsay, so glad that you decided to hang out with us as well. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. I can't say I remember seeing you here before, but forgive me if I did forget, because I come across a whole lot of people. And so even if it's not in this space, throughout YouTube. But I appreciate your presence. Thank you for deciding to hang out with us. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chapmans.
Welcome.
My name is Bryson. I am using my mom's phone. Okay, long as you got permission. Um, but back to the lecture at hand. We're talking about images. No, she's not playing with y'all. So do tread lightly is what I like to say. Tread
Please.
lightly. And if you come to troll, just know that somebody will time you all out. Oh my goodness. This baby said, "What? I'm gonna leave that alone." Um, what we were saying was about images, what we really look like. One of the things that we were Antonice and I were talking about, and you can jump in whenever you get ready, Antonice. We were talking about how we all present ourselves a certain way before people. We all present ourselves a certain way as it pertains to our family, or extended family, because sometimes we're one way with our parents, we're another way with our siblings, we're one way with our grandparents, and we're another way with our cousins. um
It's that.
you said what?
I often wonder, like, why is that? Like, why are we like that? Where we may be one way with like a grandparent or a different type of way with like a cousin.
Well, some of it has to do with respect factors. Some of it has to do with the fact that I'm not gonna talk to my mother like I would talk to my sister. I'm not. I mean, I may say ma'am every now and then if my
Right.
sister calls my name. Tina, ma'am. On the other hand, she might get a few choice words. I might call her Butters. I might call her Buttery. I might call her all kind of things. I'm not calling my mother Butters.
Right.
I ain't saying that she'll choke me out, but I might not like what she has to say if I call her a buttery buffoon. She might not be going for that. I might catch me to people's elbow, the strong foot of foundation, kicking me swiftly. I don't know. I just don't want to try that. So what I can say is, depending on your level of comfortability, it could be quite a few things. I see that. Um Millerone. Let me pause for the calls though. Vanessa, I see you. I appreciate you. Good night, Miss Tina and Chat. How are you doing today, Queen? Happy Saturday to you and everyone. I'm doing well. Um, I'm in pretty good shape for the shape I'm in. But I'm glad that you decided to hang out with us tonight. Greetings and salutations and welcome to these here Chapmans. Um, no, I will not be shouting out your friends, but what I can tell you, Millerone, is that I pray that you come in peace because somebody will put you out with the quickness. Um, but what I can say is I'm glad that you decided to make this your space. Hopefully, you get something out of the content. Never seen you before, but greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. Just wanted to make you feel welcome in this space. You may or may not like this space because it could be a little boring to you because you like to poke a little fun. But as long as you are here and you don't get kicked out at any given moment, I just want you to feel comfortable for the few moments you'll be here.
And
Thank you.
thank you for your time.
Hmm. Hit the like button while you're at it, if you don't mind. Please do not spam the chat. Hey, spamming will get you kicked out. Huh? Matter of fact, um, I don't think that I had pow let the people know. Oh,
Mhm.
what? Yes,
Oh,
there we
the
go.
housekeeping
Yeah.
rules.
Housekeeping rules.
Oh,
Um, Precious said, I also feel like it has something to do with the level of comfortability and how much you trust someone. Absolutely. And we all have different levels of trust with people. It's certain things that I could talk about when it comes to my mother. It could be on a deep level, to some degree,
right,
but it's some things that I'll discuss with her intimately that I may not want to talk with my sisters about. Likewise, there are some things that I may want to speak about with my sisters that I
sister.
just don't want to talk to my mom about.
Right,
You know, I've had a few escapades in life, and while I might tell my mom a few things, she might hear something tomorrow. Maybe she'll plug her ears, and I don't know. She's gonna hear a few things. I tell you that much.
but overall, even
But for
well,
the
I
most
didn't mean to
part,
cut you off. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Mm-mm, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, but even with that though, Tina, even if it's something you may discuss with like your sisters that you don't want to discuss with your mom, overall though, when I said that before, I probably should have clarified, but you overall are the same person. So like even with like what we talking about, like with images, like who we post to like be, like is that who we are like when the camera cut off? Like, is that us? You get what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, even though you may share certain things like with your sister or your mom overall, like Tina, you are still like Tina. Like, you know who Tina is. Like,
Hmm.
that Tina is the same.
Hmm. Now, I'm not saying that you turn into a completely different individual.
Okay, that's what I
Um,
was trying to like. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. Okay.
yeah. I'm not finna transform and be Bobby. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? This is not one of those type of situations. What I
Okay.
can say though is when it comes to how you present yourself, you like to who was that said that a minute ago? Might have been Precious. Read
Mhm.
the room. You read the room. If you know
Right.
you end up with a bunch of elderly people, the last thing you want to be talking about is some bumping and grinding.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just, keeping it as PG as I possibly can. But
Thank you.
that's not something I'm not gonna go in there with my grandma and be like, ooh, the way he had me in the pretzel. I'm not doing that. There's some people that had that kind of relationship with him, but no, I have a certain amount of respect and decorum uh when it comes to discussing certain things. And so, she don't want to know me like that. Hello? And I don't want to know her like that. I don't need her to tell me no stories about her and granddad. I don't want to hear nothing about my papa doing nothing to my grandma ever. I would prefer to go the rest of my life never knowing. Um, with that, let me pause for a second. Kezia Smith, I see you. I appreciate you coming into the space. I know I don't recall seeing you here before, but what I can say is I appreciate your presence being here. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapman. Oh, and Vanessa, congratulations. I just wanted to make sure I let you know that I saw what you said. And I want to congratulate you on the success of that suit that you had, and how your baby was able to get everything that was due to her.
Oh,
Um,
congratulations.
um, Boy, they really rolling in tonight. Um, little Isaac, appreciate you for coming in. Jesus loves you too.
Yes.
Thank you for making your way into the space. I don't know how long you'll be here or if you're still here, but I just wanted to greet you. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. Um, you don't want to hear about Paw Paw? Paw Paw's on me. Wow. That is hilarious. Precious said, definitely being able to adjust to the settings that you're in. Not saying change the way you are, but work with what you got at times. Exactly. Exactly. Because always going to be, um, hi, gorgeous queen. Be careful. There's creeps on this. You know what? I wholeheartedly agree with you. I think it's Alana. What I can tell you though is this is a social media space,
Yeah.
and I have not had the moment, and pray I never do, where I've had a pull up and show up over here in First 48 Tennessee,
Mm.
where the gun laws are strong, the pew pew laws, the laws that protect domain laws and things of that nature, castle laws are here in this state. And so, while I do not believe in violence, harm no man, but let no man harm you. With that being said, I am a prayerful woman, and I pray that no one ever comes here and I never have to go there. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. So glad that you decided to hang out with us today. Whew. But like I said, knowing where you are, they better relax. I know that's right. Knowing they pouring in tonight. Fantastic. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
Hey,
Greetings and
sunshine.
salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. Um, but yeah, I think that there's a thing about just knowing how to read a room, having a level of respect for the people that are before you. There are certain things I'm just not going to discuss with children under no set of
Please.
circumstances. I'm just not. Number one, that's creepy. Uh huh.
Literally.
Uh huh.
Grooming. Yes.
Uh-huh. Right, exactly. I can't stand for nobody to groom no child.
Oh,
And so not only that, it's the thing of I want them to be protected. I want them to live
correct.
as children for as long as they can live as children.
Thank you.
I was exposed to a lot of things early in life. And the last thing I want is someone to have my experience and have to carry the burden of what I've had to deal with all these
Mhm.
years because some things I was exposed to so early in life. You know, um,
It'd be
and
a
so
lot.
I think about that, Miss Anna Boo, so glad that you decided to hang out with us tonight.
Hey.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. It's amazing that you're even in this space tonight, but I'm so glad that you decided
Oh,
to hang out with us. Good to see your face in the place. Um, oh, back to what I was saying. Again, it's one of those things that I take into consideration, that it's a certain level of decorum that you're gonna have. And it's a certain amount of there's certain kinds of relationships that you're gonna have too. I have a best friend.
mm-hmm.
I've made mention of her um probably several times, at least online. I don't talk about her often.
Mm-hmm.
And of course I don't mention her name for her own privacy. But it's one
Right.
of those things where there are things that I'm gonna discuss with my best friend that are let me clean up the language, that a person will not get from me. Just can't. I do not have that kind of openness with them. I do not have that level of openness at all with certain individuals, most individuals, all individuals in some cases. And
Okay.
so I think about that, where where there are certain things that I'm willing to divulge. My cousin is another one. If I'm talking to her about something, I'm talking to her about something. And it's certain things that I feel comfortable in discussing with her that I may not feel comfortable discussing with other people, or even other people that I find online. And that's
And
just the
that's okay
relationship
too,
that she and
right?
I have. Right, exactly.
I
I see
like
you,
that.
Kristen.
Oh, good.
I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna say with that, Tina. You know, sometimes when I used to do that, where I felt like comfortable discussing like certain things, like even with you, like it's certain things like that I've discussed with you, and I'm like, dang, that used to make me kind of wonder, like, do that make me feel fake that I can like, why do I feel comfortable, or you know what I'm saying, that can just like say anything or discuss anything with you, or how you may feel like, okay, certain things, you know, you will tell your best friend and your cousin and not share with other people. I know with you, like it made me feel like I can just be me. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Hmm.
listen, but you really don't judge. Or if you do, it be in your head. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's honestly how I feel. So is that like how you feel in reference to like your best friend and your cousin?
Um, huh. I think that for the most part, it's just about the meeting of the minds.
Okay.
How can I serve them and how can they serve me? Do I trust them with the weight of not just who I am, but my experience? Because everybody cannot handle what you've been through.
Mhm.
Did I answer your question? What was your question? Run it by me one more
Yeah.
again.
No, you answered it when you said that's why in reference. So I was asking why did you feel comfortable in reference to how you said certain things you will discuss like
Hmm.
with your cousin, and then I asked you about
Hmm.
like does that make you feel fake? Like did it make you feel fake
No,
at this time?
no, it doesn't make me feel fake. It makes me feel selective.
Mm,
I'm very careful about what I talk to people about and when and where. It's
right.
things that I have experienced that it sometimes even takes me a while to discuss to those that are closest to me, just because I have my own process of how I'm dealing with it. You know, and so, but if once I come to the place where I'm comfortable enough to say, okay, I can talk about this thing now,
Mm-hmm.
they're the people I go to. There are certain people that I have in my life, even now, that are on the newer side that I can open up and talk to them in ways that some people I've been knowing for years I couldn't talk to, just
Right. Right.
because I don't have that kind of relationship. So it's not me being fake. It's just me being selective. I choose who I open up to. And in some regards, those people are chosen for me, because sometimes you don't know who you could talk to until you talk to them.
Oh, been there.
Sometimes you don't know who you could trust until some level of trust has been given and they've met you at
Mhm.
the place where you've trusted them, or you've entrusted certain things as it pertains to them, you know. Um, and so I just think about that as it pertains to I'm not being fake with anybody. It ain't your business if I don't discuss it with you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't have
No,
to
I
know my business.
agree.
No, I'm just saying in general, if I decided I don't want to discuss certain things with a person, that's not me being secretive. That is not me being fake. It's not me being phony. That is just me being selective, and it's my business. If I
Correct.
decide you're not the person I'm talking to today, guess what? You won't even know that I'm not talking to you about it, because it's not getting mentioned. I'm not walking around telling people, "Who I got a secret. I ain't never telling you." That would be dumb. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what are you saying that for? On the other hand, it's the thing of I know who I desire to go to and what I'm going to them for in the first place. Some people can handle your humanity. They can handle the rawness of who you are, and not
Mm,
and still have a respect for you after it's all over. And it's some people you expose too much of them, and next thing you know, you got a problem on your hands. Because now they're using your moment of humanity against you in some
I
kind of way,
get
and so
you.
you have to be very selective about that. I want to take a moment though to mention real odds and evens. I see you, sir. So glad that you decided what in the neck bone of you two y'all got going on here. Hey Tina, hey Antonice. So glad
Hey,
that you decide. I know, right? So glad you decided to hang out with us tonight. Hopefully you're enjoying the space. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. Thank you. Yes. But again, how do you think you handle things like that as it pertains to um um talking to people, expressing yourself in ways?
I think I'm still learning to be selective.
Mm-hmm.
I liked how when you said about like who you can go to.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes I didn't find out I couldn't like go to people until
Mm-hmm.
like I had already went to them and then like something happened. And
Mm-hmm.
so now I am working towards like how to select like who to share what, like who to share what with,
Mm-hmm.
who do I share what with? Because
Mm-hmm.
it is true, it is some things that I can discuss like with some people that I can't discuss with other people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Miss Annabelle said, honestly, understand that 120%. There are just some people in life you feel more comfortable with, and that can vary depending on a friend, best friend apart, etc. Yeah, because there's some people you're just closer to. And I have, yes, Black Love Permission has said everybody doesn't get the same access. No, they just don't.
Mm.
You know, um, Right. It is an intentional, selective choice, whether you choose or God chooses for you. Absolutely. Yeah,
Mm.
that's what something I was about to go into about. There are some people that have been chosen for me. Do I prefer to talk to them? Not all the time and not about everything.
Mm.
However, if they've been chosen for me, they are equipped to handle things like, and let me put this in this way. Sometimes you need
Hmm.
to go see a therapist. You may not like the idea of going to see a therapist, but that
Hmm.
therapist can handle things that your mama and them can't.
Oh,
They can handle. I'm just your best friend can't handle that. But if you go and see a therapist, they can take the bulk of your experience and know what not to say to you first and foremost. Because
mm.
sometimes it's about what don't need to be said. Because a lot of people can be, especially the ones that are close to you, can be real rah rah at a time when that's not the time to say that.
Yeah, that ain't what you need to hear in that
That's not
moment.
what you need to hear in that moment. No. Because some people will have you out here, ready to, to have the fire burning and the pew pews blazing,
Crash
all
out
because
101.
right, they gonna help you with your crash out, and it's like you don't need help with the crash out. What you need to do is go and talk to somebody about accountability. That's number one. About being able to see the situation in truth. That's another thing because we could be delusional about certain things. We've got to point our fingers at other people, and somebody needs to be able to speak to that. Being that they're a person that's not attached to you, not tethered to you in that fashion. Because I could go through something with my sister and we both can have a particular experience, but I
Mhm.
can't necessarily go to her for therapy because however we've gone through what we've gone through, it affected her in a way and it affected me in a way. And she might not be the best person for me to go to talk to about the same thing that both she and I went through, even though I could say this is somebody that been through the same thing that I've been through. Sometimes
Right.
you need somebody that don't have nothing to do with what you've been through, don't even have your same experience, but they can lend an ear and some professionalism, some and be able to speak to what you're experiencing, though they have not been in those same shoes, because they are equipped to handle what you have.
Oh, yes, Lord.
Whew.
Keep sending me them people, Lord. Thank you. Mm.
Yes, because some will try to use your healed trauma against you, believe it or not. Absolutely. Yeah, they'll try to use it. Oh my goodness. And how often have I seen that? My goodness.
With people
Um,
using it against you, they
yes,
heal
yes.
trauma.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Not just trauma. I could have a weakness. Let's say, for instance, because this is not one I have to
Man.
worry about. Well, let's say drinking was my weakness. I
Mm-hmm.
just got this thing for the bottle. I can't let it go. The last thing I want to do is get with language. Get with someone who wants to influence me to drink because they know once I get drunk or once I'm inebriated or what have you,
You something
they could
else.
take advantage of me in whatever way. I don't want to be around them. I don't need them to know that that's my issue. And if I know that they are prone to always, when I go to their house, they got an open bar, I don't need to be
Hmm.
hanging with them. I don't need to go over there. We might could
Yeah,
be
I'm
on
not
the
gonna pull
job
up.
site somewhere doing some things because we're not fit to have no open bar on the job site, but I can't go to your house. We can't have that kind of relationship. And so sometimes we must be able to be like, okay, I must have a boundary as it pertains to this area, especially with this individual. Certainly, if they're prone to want to pull on those things that will have you in a way. And that could be trauma, that could be a vice, that could be anything. Rodney, I see you. Just wanted to acknowledge your presence, sir. Thank you for coming into the space. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chapmans.
See, that's what that's so true, Tina, when you was saying about like you could be prone to that. I'm gonna be honest with you, like when we talk about like images and stuff, right, and what like what we really look like, um, mm, it's like perception, I guess. I don't know. Um, I'm gonna be
Um,
honest with you. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. What was you about to say?
No, I was gonna say in reference to that. Mm, I just started thinking about that. I'm sorry.
You good?
What? Yes, I am.
I ain't distract you, did I?
No, no. One moment. Okay. No, in reference to like the images and what we look like, I just wanted to know like who we are online and like who we are offline, like who we portray to be online and
Hmm.
like are we that same person like offline? And I can admit like in the beginning, um I think I used to pretend to be like one person online.
Hmm.
I did seem like I was, I don't know, like I don't want to say hard, but that certain things didn't bother me, but honestly, they did bother me. And now I'm thinking like, yeah, I guess in the beginning it was like a filter or an image because certain things did bother me, and now I realize because they bothered me, but now I can be honest about it and realize this is just who I am, and
Hmm.
I gotta be okay with that, you know. I don't know.
Hmm. Um, I think that as it pertains to opening up yourself to hundreds, thousands, possibly millions of people spanning across the globe, as YouTube has given us this opportunity to be able to reach so many people. I think that the initial thing is shock. I want to be covered. I don't
Okay.
want people to know anything about, my experiences or what I'm going through. And so I'm presenting goods or a service, whether that be entertainment or
Mhm.
or an idea of some sort. It's completely different though when you get into the space and you decide, no, I want them to know more about me. And
Mhm.
then that's when you begin to open up and you begin to allow people to peek into your life. The more and more transparent you become. On the other hand, you do have people that are just faking it a $4 bill who come in pretentious, come in with presenting everything but themselves, and that's their intent is to deceive. I think there's a big difference though between trying to ease your way into something and blossoming as it pertains to allowing a person into your space or into more intimate spaces as it pertains to knowing who you are as a person versus walking around making it seem like, oh, I'm in the middle of Dubai and I'm living the lifestyle of the rich and famous, or even worse,
Right.
you act like you homeless with a camera and a crew and a mic, you know, and it's like, wait, hold on, something's not adding up here,
Right.
and so, and I get the whole thing about satire. I understand as it pertains to people presenting different things, certain things they don't want you to know. They want to present a character or a caricature of who they are. And
Mhm.
so when you're talking about being who you are, it can be a growth process, especially if you're doing it in front of people. But I wanted to pause for the cause and roll out the red carpet because
Ooh.
my mother
Oh.
is in the space, and she has made a comment. Before I read her comment, though, I just want to make sure, Ma, that Happy Valentine's Day, number one. Number two, so glad that you decided to hang out with us, low these few minutes that we'll be up here. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to these here chatments. And we're glad that you decided to hang out with us tonight. Um, Joyce was said, sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees, and you need someone from the outside looking at the whole picture.
With the bird's eye view.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yes, indeed. I mean, and that's the thing about reaching out to people that could see past who you are and just be able to dissect your situation, not from a
Speak
space
to-
of being fueled because of the relationship they have with you, but more so being able to give an objective opinion or advice because they're not attached to it emotionally in any kind of way or
Right.
relationally. Kind of reminds me of the police when
In the beginning.
um no, I'm finna make a
Oh.
statement. Some people have a lot of people in their family members. Y'all know, some of you all know about this. You have the nasty uncle in the family that run around touching all the kids or whatever, or it's been known, or in some families you may have heard of people having, some
Oh
little freaking
yeah.
uncle touching all the kids. Sometimes you don't need grandma to handle the situation. You know why? That's her son. She ain't gonna tell on him. She ain't gonna put him in his place. She's not gonna keep him from the kids. If anything, she's like, he all right, he got over that. He loved the Lord. Now he read the Bible. It's like, no, you don't need to be around no kids.
At all.
Sometimes the police needs to come and be involved and handle the situation because they have an objective viewpoint about the situation.
Mm.
They're not related to Uncle George, Bobby, or whoever Joan is. I don't got no Uncle Georges and I ain't got no Uncle Bobbies that I know of. So I ain't talking about them no way. Because if I don't know you, then how I know what you're doing. And hopefully if you are doing that, you do go get you some help and turn yourself in. You might need to be on somebody's registry. But beyond that, my thing is sometimes you need someone to come in on the outside to come in to deal with a situation because you're too tethered to it. Who want to turn in their child if they know that they didn't, took a person's life?
Mm.
This your baby is about to go to jail for the rest of their life, if not get the unalivement penalty. You know what I'm saying? So, but because it's a situation where, okay, I can't handle this. This is above my pay grade. This is beyond me. Someone else has to come in and take care of the situation. Because you're just too close to it. If I got a husband
Mm-hmm.
and my husband embezzles some money, you're not putting me on the stand to tell on him. It
At
ain't
all.
happening.
Not
It ain't
happening.
happening.
Repeat
I
it
don't
back.
care if I did not know and I found out after the fact. I'm not gonna do it. No, I can't. So whoever needs to come in and deal with that, you don't have to come in and deal with that. Is it wrong? Absolutely. Do he probably need to go to jail? Probably so. You run around stealing from everybody. That's something you should not do, and I probably would tell him. But I'm not about to call the police and be like, "Come and get him out this house." Unless I think I'm going to jail, then he got to go on his own. But that's a different story.
She
But I'm
said,
just
then you
saying,
gotta go.
yeah. Andrew Serrano, I see you. I appreciate your presence. I wasn't ignoring you. I was trying to finish my thought out. But I just want to make sure that I acknowledge you. I appreciate your presence in this space. Greetings and salutations and welcome to these here Chapmans. Oh, Brandon of Palm Beach, I see you as well. I appreciate your presence. Thank you for showing up and hanging out with us tonight. Greetings and salutations and welcome to these here Chapmans as well, sir. Look at this. Agree to disagree says, I try my hardest to be the same individual on and off the camera. I know that's right.
That's the
Um,
goal.
I am who I am all the time. I do have a professional self, but even that version is a facet of who I am. That's something that I was discussing recently. Don't know when I was talking about it, but I know I was talking about it recently about
Mm-hmm.
how I'm multifaceted. I think I might have talked about it with my cousin on her podcast. But that's the thing. I'm multifaceted. Um but it does not mean it takes away from who I am. I've had a lot of different experiences
Mm-hmm.
and I've had to handle myself in ways that, I might act away in the street that I'm not going to act at church. You
Okay.
know, I'm just
As
going
you
to be
should.
just honest. I'm
Right.
going to carry myself away. I carried because I don't plan on going back unless I'm there to minister. I had
Amen.
carried myself away in prison. And for those who don't know, let me catch you up right quick. 4 years, 5 months, 13 days in the penitentiary. I did me some time. Anyway, fast forward to now. I carried myself a certain way in prison to survive. But I'm not going to walk around here talking about some child time. It's no, I'm having dinner. I'm having breakfast if that's what I
Right.
choose to do so. No, I'm not out here making spreads either. I do not have to eat summer sausages and cheese and now if I decide to do
As
so,
relaxers.
which I don't have to though. If I'm eating ramen, it's probably somewhere at a Japanese restaurant where I could get the authentic ramen. But my point being is just because I have had to be a certain way in a particular space because that space calls for it does not
Mm-hmm.
mean I'm not who I am in that moment. It's just a different facet of me to handle what's before me in the moment. Your thoughts?
Okay. That's what I'm striving to be. That same person in every situation. And I think sometimes it's different. It is hard because I'm gonna be honest with you. Like at one point, I
Mhm,
didn't care. Like I honestly, like people perception of me and stuff. Like I didn't care about that. So I don't know. I wanted to appear to be like this type of person, and now I'm like with me growing and like becoming like whole and
mhm,
like transitioning into who I feel like the Lord is calling me to be.
mhm,
Um, it's hard, like it's kind of hard because like with the transition, like it's
mhm,
trying to like be in certain spaces and be like that new person. It can be hard.
mhm.
It's hard, but we
Um,
keep going.
mhm,
No, I said, but I keep
I-
going. I'm gonna keep going.
mhm, mhm. I think that what you said is key, and that you talked about growth. Who I was when I was two is not the who I am at the great big age I'm at now. It's just
Amen.
different. It's
Right.
completely different. I may have known how to walk at that time. I don't remember. My mama might put it in the chat, and she might not. You don't have to put nothing in the Chapman's mouth, thanks. But what I'm saying is, um, there are things that I knew at two that needed to be needed to expand. If I'm still wearing a Jesus, if I'm still in a walker,
Hmm.
as old as I am, there is a problem. It denotes some kind of something has gone wrong in my life. If I'm still able, number one, to fit in a walker,
Mm.
because sometimes you outgrow the thing that helped to grow you up. Um, and let me pause for the calls. Nisha Antoinette, I see you. Happy Valentine's Day to you as well. So glad that you decided to hang out with us these few little minutes that we have left in this podcast. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to these here Chapmans. Everybody doesn't get to meet all facets of me. I know that's right. Ain't they business? Ooh, and I think that sometimes people like to put a jacket on people for not being real, of not being real, mainly because that you haven't seen every aspect of them. If Gucci Mane, even the old Gucci Mane, you know, the one that still had the ice cream on the side of his face.
Oh, big
And
Gucci man.
yeah, and I know some of y'all don't know who Gucci Mane is. That's okay. You can Google him later. But if Gucci Mane saw Gucci, hold on, let me put some respect on his name. If Gucci Mane went to go see his grandma, do you really believe he would be over there? Come on, grandma, let's go hit the trap. And
No,
would be taking his grandma to the strip club and throwing the ones, the fives, the 20s, the hundreds on the strippers.
child, don't get me
No.
started. Cause I'm like, then no, these days probably the grandma's getting younger and younger. Ain't no telling. But yeah,
But at his age though,
right.
especially seeing the transformation that he's made since then, even at his age, there still would be a respect or a level of respect. Now, I ain't talking about if his grandma was on, you know, a little crackety crack or something. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about literal. You have a respect for the person that you're going to visit. That is an elderly person. You're not, and I'm talking about grandma now. You're not gonna be like, "Come on, let's go do a bid right quick. Hold this package for me, grandma." It's not happening. And that's even with whatever kind of street life he was living that led up to him going to prison. No one would say he ain't being real because he ain't made grandma hold a yolk when the police came to kick in the door. Nobody's saying that. But sometimes we could get caught up with people wanting to label people things. And it's like, but it's more size to them than just, you know,
That
was it half a gram, whole gram, you know, whole brick. Hey, you know, it's more to life than that. It's he came from somewhere. He may have chose his own path and went a different direction and came back to something that was of value. But still, it's still the thing of no one is walking around trying to be young Jeezy every day of their life. Even Jeezy changed at some point.
literally.
Yeah. Uh JR, I see you. I appreciate you in the space. Um, Thank you. I see the heart. Most certainly appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. Greetings and salutations, sir, and welcome to these here Chapmans. Um, Wolf Cry Man. Thank you for coming into the space. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. KC, the one is in the house. Appreciate you for stopping by and hanging out with us. Greetings and salutations, sir, and welcome to these here Chapmans. Let me see if we got anybody else that came in. Okay. But going back to what you were saying about living authentically, being
Mhm.
yourself, it takes you having the courage a lot of times to just be you, regardless to what situation and regardless to what people say. As
Correct.
long as we're willing to allow other people to dictate who we are and how we are, we'll never be happy. That's for certain. Use one miserable something or other out here in these streets if everything you do is because somebody else wants you to. Now
Hmm.
I'm not speaking to the whole thing of higher power, God, Jesus, or whatever you be worshiping out here in these streets. I'm not talking
Right.
about that. I'm talking about literal people, stuff you done read in the Chapmans, things you done looked at on Twitter, stuff that you done found somewhere on Snapchat or something that you done looked at on Instagram. If you are allowing those, including friends, because we ain't leaving them out, family members, if
Oh
all of
yeah.
those things have such a hold on you and handcuffs on you, are you really happy? Are you really being your best self? If you have not come to the place where you're willing to question, who am I? Are you willing to look yourself in in the mirror and see yourself for who you are and still be able to say, I like that person.
I
I'm
love it.
content with that person. I know who that person is. Because that's another thing, because sometimes we can look in the mirror and not recognize who we are anymore. Because we've been caught up by someone else's
Everybody else.
influence,
Oh yeah. Everybody else is.
hmm somebody else's message, somebody else's opinion. And if you're always going off of somebody else's opinion, where is the truth of who you are? And what are you basing it on? What's your foundation for knowing who you are? What's
Correct.
defining you? Are
Mm.
you defined by the people around you? Or do you know who you really are on the inside?
Each
And
one.
what's feeding that knowledge? What's allowing you to see yourself as really you? Calamity Jane, I see you. So glad that you decided to hang out with us tonight. Uh,
Hey, Calamity
we
Jane.
about to close everything down. But we're so glad that you decided to hang out with us. I don't know how long you've been here because you could have been here longer than now, but I'm just now seeing your message. But nevertheless, greetings and salutations. Welcome to these here Chapmans. Oh wow, Brandon Palm Beach,
So
Tina,
much
too
wisdom.
real. I always enjoy listening to you. You have wisdom. Thank you. Thank you.
So much. Such a
Danielle
negative.
said, I can adjust, but I will not be uncomfortable to make you comfortable. I am sorry. I can't do it. Won't do it. I know that's right. I ain't doing it. I'm good on that. I've had some moments in my life where I've
I
tried
was
to
gonna say,
be,
so you never did it though.
no, that's what I'm going into right now. I
Okay.
have been there. What it boils down to is people pleasing. Folks don't like to admit that that's a great part of their lives. I don't care nothing about
Hmm.
people. I understand that in me being honest about it, that I'm still prone to it, depending on the situation. And
Okay.
because I know that, I have to be willing to say, hey, this is going too far. I'm losing myself in this individual, or I'm losing myself to these set of circumstances. And I'm
Hmm.
not willing to put myself out there like that just for the sake of making someone else feel better, feel good, feel needed, feel wanted, feel appreciated, whatever, because it becomes expensive. I'm not just talking about financially, that can be also included. But
Right.
I don't want it could be taxing on your mind. It could be taxing on your spirit. It could be taxing on you emotionally. Because if you're always there for somebody else, when do you even have a chance, the time, the wherewithal to receive the help that's there for you?
Mm.
Who are you? You can't wear a cape 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Who are you? Can't save everybody in every situation, everywhere, and everything. Who are you? Sometimes we can make ourselves the hero in the story and be the villain at the same time. Who are you? What do I mean when I say the villain at the same time? Here it is. You are so inundated in
Hmm.
trying to be there for so many people that you
Mm.
secretly despise yourself because you're not receiving anything and you're running on fumes
Mm.
emotionally, psychologically, financially, socially. You're there for everybody else, but nobody's there for you. How long will you be able to continue to hold up that image? Because that's all it is an image. Who are you
Images
really?
are heavy.
They are heavy
They
because it's
heavy.
unrealistic. It's unrealistic. It's just an image. I've never seen a person marry the mirror.
Why you gotta say stuff like this?
JR said, done, I'd have been both the villain and the hero. Me too.
Mm,
Me too. Hmm.
me too, but
Mentally draining.
I spend a lot of time on one side versus the other, and I hate that for me.
Hmm. Been there too. Yeah, it's so many of us. I mean, and that's the thing. It can be so difficult because you want to do what you feel like is the right thing.
Hmm.
But at the same time, at doing the thing that you feel like is the right thing to do, how much of that is costing you?
I'm
And
like
can
the
you
right thing
afford
for
that
who
cost?
though?
Did you
The
count
right
up the
thing for
cost?
who? The right
You,
thing for who?
but that's the thing. We can have an idea of what we feel like is the right thing to do. And in that, it's about you looking the way you want to look, you
That's
seeing
the
yourself in the way you want to see yourself, you presenting to someone else that you're strong, that you can handle it, that you got someone's back, that you're loyal. When you get through with all of that, who does it serve? Everybody else.
back to the
What do you
image.
get in return? An image that somebody is not going to appreciate, an image that somebody is going to misunderstand, an
Mm.
image that nobody else can support, an image that you can't even afford to support because you can only do it for so long. I've never seen somebody
What's
look in the
wrong?
mirror, see some food, reach in the mirror and bite a piece of chicken. You better go over there to to the table. You can't live off images. That's my point. You cannot live off of an image. And so we have to question ourselves and ask ourselves, what am I presenting that's costing me? What am I showing to others that is not plugged into truth? What am I presenting to someone else that's exhausting me? No, we don't have the time. We don't have the capacity. We only got one life to live, and
Mm.
life be short. Life is real short.
Oh, short.
Take one. I see you. I appreciate you coming into the space. As always, greetings and salutations. I love it when you come through here. Just wanted to make sure that I acknowledge you as we're heading out the door. If you don't mind, those of you all who had come in kind of late, be kind to rewind one time for the one time. Otherwise, we appreciate you for being in this space. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here chapters. Sometimes our attachment to duty and self sacrifice will have us unnecessarily uncomfortable. I'm
Ouch.
telling you.
Cuz. Bye, cuz. Ouch. Ouch.
Ooh, Precious is saying something right now. She preaching. Sometimes you don't notice it. You get too comfortable. You don't realize it's hurting you at the end of the day. Yes, it happens.
Mm.
I can't put that up there, but I see you take one. Um, you are presenting yourself as a boat migrant. You know what? That is amazing because I've never been on a boat. So if I'm presenting myself in that way, hmm,
Hmm.
you got some great prospects because I would love to do that someday. Is it a yacht? Um, appreciate you for coming into the space though. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapman's melanated uh, uh individual. Um, the whole world live off that image, aka social media. Shaking my head. I think everyone be playing for real. I mean, in
Yeah.
some aspects, I can understand where you're coming from, but not everyone can wear a mask 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're
That's
gonna shine through. And when that happens, people will begin to question who. is the individual you've been presenting all this time.
Mm.
There's a lot of people that try to fake it to make it. But the thing about it is it you might fake it to get there, but the character, it takes character to keep you
Mm.
there. And if you don't have what it takes on the inside of you, you can make up all you want to make up.
It won't work.
Hmm. What's in the dark will come to the light. Absolutely. And so we have to come. Come on now. The pastor said it's a yacht.
I just
Yes,
assumed it was a
indeed.
yacht because we're
Hey,
royalty.
if I'm gonna come over, hey, come through with the character to the
Ark.
key word.
Noah's
Absolutely.
Ark. We'll pick an
Uh,
Ark too.
the ark, the ark of safety is what I prefer. Um, but that's the thing as it pertains to um understanding and realizing when you have stretched yourself too far. You've gone too far. And once you've gone too far, who do you have around you that can point out the fact that you're doing too much? Huh? Who's holding up the mirror for you?
Mm.
Because people see you. It's like when you got something hanging out your nose. People see it.
Oh no, that's what I'm
But
telling
it's your
you.
friends, it's your real friends that's gonna tell you, hey, fix that. Fix what? Let me show you.
Yeah, I'm like, nobody
Look in the
don't do
mirror.
that no more.
Because they'll tell you, go look in the mirror. Go in the bathroom and get yourself together. Huh, here's a compact. Here go a mirror. You can look at yourself. At the end of the day, if they can't describe to you what they see before you, they're gonna put a mirror in front of your face. So
Mm.
you can see the truth of who you are and what you're presenting out here. What other people see that's jacked up about you. That's why you have to be selective about the people that you allow to come into your space and speak into you or speak to you. You know, the
Junior
things the people
teacher.
that you speak to, and when I say speak, I'm not talking about, hey, how you doing? It's wonderful a day outside, the wind is blowing, the birds is chirping. I'm not talking about that kind of conversation. I'm talking about the kind of conversations that allow you to open yourself up to an individual. You have to be selective about that so that the people that's holding up the mirror is not holding up the mirror because they want you to see what they've been laughing at, but they
Mm.
holding up the mirror so you can get yourself together. JR said, definitely guilty of faking till I make it, but now I'm living in my truth, even though it's ugly as hell.
JR.
Come on in here. Your slip is showing. Tell them. Hello. Your dress is stuck in your stockings. Your real friends will tell you. Everybody else will just laugh. That's why you have to be careful about who you have in your life speaking into you, because you got a lot of folks, and we'll be guilty of paying attention to the people that's laughing rather than the people that are trying to cover you and say, hey, 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 hey. Even if I got to take off my jacket to wrap around you, I don't want you out here exposed like
Exposed.
that. Take
I
one
mean,
said, I
you
really
are really
believe.
care.
Mhm. Exactly, if you really care. But that's why you have to be selective about who you have in your space. Take one said, I really believe half the world don't love themselves, but got the nerve to say, I love you. Mhm. How you going to love for real if you don't love and believe in you? Forget that image. I know that's right. Well, say that, Taylor. I don't know what I said, but evidently it was wonderful. I had to go back and listen to it. But I'm just saying, it's one of those things where I'm like, when you have people in your corner that can see who you are and not laugh at you for your calamity, laugh at you for your trauma, laugh at you for your mistakes, but more so come to cover you. Not so they could just be a covering for you, because you got the folks that want to come in and save the day so they can say, I saved them.
Well,
Huh.
I was
If it
just
wasn't
about
for
to
me,
say
they wouldn't
that.
have made it.
But it's like, yeah, I was just about to say that. You said not
Hmm.
those folks. Okay, thank you for making that point.
Yeah, because you got some folks that just come into your life so they can, be able to make themselves look better because they helped you, because of what they did for you.
Right.
You wouldn't have been able to do such and such if it wasn't for me. And you just showed me I don't need one like you in my life. Because
Well,
I
thank you.
don't need to be reminded of my trauma in such a way. Not to mention, why are you mentioning that in the first place? But that's neither here nor there. I'm wrapping this up in saying this, and we're getting ready to go. After these messages, we'll be right back. Anthony, did you want to say anything else before we get out of here?
All that I'm just working to continue to be me. Cut the
Mm-hmm.
filters and the images and be me. Authentically me. And that's it. And I hope you guys are working to do the same because it can be a lot. You have social media, you have all these things like out in the world that tell you things should be this way or look like this or appear to be that. But yeah, just authentically be you and keep it moving.
Thank you, Ellen. I appreciate that. JR said, now that's the word. Real help don't brag about helping.
Mm,
Yes. Yes. If I'm in a situation where my life is jacked up, I don't need somebody throwing in my face. I hear you. I'm gonna rewatch this. You smart, well spoken, slicker than a greasy. I hear you. Take one. Appreciate you. Um. Oh Lord. Um. But what I was saying was, if I'm in this place where life has stripped me of my dignity,
mm,
do I really want people in my life that help to strip me of even more?
mm,
I've already been to prison. I've already been in situations that didn't allow me the to afford the best of elements as it pertains to my life moving forward. And so in some ways life can be very difficult. Do I need someone to come remind me? I remember when you didn't have da 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 da. I
mm-hmm,
remember when, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even have been able to get to that job. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't able to get that job in the first place. If it wasn't for me, how many of us had those people in our lives and we holding on to them all because they're familiar to us?
mm,
All because we want to say that we're loyal. We want to be found faithful to the fakery. It's not worth it.
mm.
Man said, hell no, hell. That is hilarious. Nope. No. Whew. But I appreciate all of you all. I remember too. Now hush your dang mouth. Have several seats. Yes, I remember. I know that's right. Heck up. I'm
Who could
saying
I
one more
remember?
time for the people in the back. In life and in YouTube. Come
Mm.
on. Folks want to throw it in your face. I remember when you was monetized. Oh, I remember before you got monetized. You know what I'm saying? It's so many things that people can dangle in your face after you've made it to a certain place in life. And if I make it back to the place where I'm not no longer monetized,
Mm.
if I make it back to that space of trying to figure something out, about housing or transportation or money in my account, do I need the reminder? You should have did what you did to get there in the first place.
Mm.
You'd have been better off if you'd have did blah 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 yaggity schmaggity. I don't care nothing about that. What I care about is, can you cover me
You got me.
while I fix my image, while I work on my character, while I take a moment to look in the mirror and see what's wrong, so I can move forward. Yeah, don't nobody want to hear that. uh, when I say wife and kids, I was married The same time we were having kids, so same time. I don't know. Um, and so I just want to say to you all as we close out, I appreciate all of you all that have come in, that have shared with us, that have just been here this whole time as we've been discussing um these images. I just want to say one last time that you consider the things that you've been placing before you, your well being, your family, whether that's your time, whether it's your resources, whether it's your energy. At the end of the day, it's only one you. You get one life, one shot. Make the proper assessments as it pertains to who you are, what you see in the mirror, and make sure that those that are holding up the mirror for you are also able to help you on the other side of the mirror. I appreciate all of you all for coming out tonight. And as I say always, God bless you and good night.
Bye.
Bye. Ring the bell one time for the one time.